went to sleep right after reading the Word. I had read some in Matthew and I'd read some in the Psalms. And one of the things that stood out is I had this dream. Am I saying this is a God dream? It might be. I've had some that were a lot more profound. I was there and I was watching Jesus give the Sermon on the Mount, which is what I had read. I was reading the passage in Matthew about the Sermon on the Mount, those 2 or 3 chapters. Had this dude standing right next to me. And Jesus would say, well, blessed are this, because, he's doing this whole thing. And he goes, that's in the Old Testament. And it's going, that's in the Old Testament too. That's in the Old Testament. And it brought to mind that Jesus said, I did not come to do away with the law. I've come to fulfill it. And so, to demonstrate that, we had a little project, and I probably should have done a little bit better homework, but I think we're going to do okay. Psalm 50. I remember reading Psalm 50 several days ago, and I just keep going. Jesus fulfilled this. He walked in it. He preached this. There is so much of Psalm 50 that Jesus Christ has fulfilled, or it is prophesied that he will fulfill in his second coming. Psalm 50. The little notes here says, God the righteous judge, a psalm of Asaph. Not all the psalms were written by David. Mm-hmm. Asaph was basically a praise and worship leader in the temple. Verse 1, the mighty one, God the Lord, has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun to its going down. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God will shine forth. Our God shall come and shall not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous around him. He shall call to the heavens from above, and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together to me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Let the heavens declare his righteousness, for God himself is judge. Salah, that means pause, think about it, meditate on it. Verse 7. Hear, O my people, and I will speak. O Israel, and I will testify against you. I am God, your God. I will not rebuke you for your sacrifices or your burnt offerings, which are continually before me. I will not take a bull from your house, nor goats out of your folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know all the birds of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world is mine in all its fullness. Will I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Offer to God thanksgiving and pay your vows to the Most High. Call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me. But to the wicked, God says, what right have you to declare my statutes, or take my covenant in your mouth, seeing you hate instruction, and cast my words behind you? When you saw a thief, you consented with him, and have been a partaker with adulterers. You give your mouth to evil, and your tongue frames deceit. You sit and speak against your brother. You slander your own mother's son. These things you have done, and I kept silent. You thought that I was altogether like you, but I will rebuke you and set them in order before your eyes. Now consider this, you who forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoever offers praise glorifies me, and to him who orders his conduct aright, I will show the salvation of God. It's Bones, it's the thing that you've said over and over, is kind of the thing that triggered this with me. This whole thing is Jesus saying, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father.
Right.
So let's get in the Word for ourselves, and let's start to dig into it and maybe look at some of these ways in which Jesus fulfills it, in how he walks in it, and maybe how he preaches it. The mighty one, God the Lord, verse 1, has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun to its going down. Out of Zion, perfection and beauty, God will shine forth. Our God shall come and not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous all around him. I can tell you right now, Isaiah 60, arise, shine, your light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Also, Matthew 4, Verse 16, people who sat, this is talking about Jesus. The
Right.
people who sat in darkness have seen a great light, and upon those who sat in the region of shadow of death, light has dawned. So Jesus is coming out of Zion. Actually, when you get into verse 3, this is what John the Baptist is prophesying. This is what the book of Revelation is prophesying. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God will shine forth. Our God shall come and not keep silent. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous all around him. John said his winnowing fork is in his hand,
Yep.
and he will thoroughly purge the threshing floor, and he will burn up the chaff with unquenchable fire. Verse 4, he shall call to the heavens from above and to the earth that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together to me, those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Let the heavens declare his righteousness, for God himself is judge. Think of two things right here. Him calling to the heavens above is so many records of this. Lord, glorify thy son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, glorify that. I have glorified it, and I will glorify it again. The whole time he's in the garden, he's calling to the heavens above. Gather my saints together to me. What those who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. What did he say? Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So you have him calling. You have multiple times that the heavens have declared his righteousness. You know, right after the river Jordan, this is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased. When he says, Father, glorify thy son, glorify thy name, he said, I've glorified it, I will glorify it again. When you have the Mount of Transfiguration, Peter, James, and John are up there on the mount. He said,
Mm-hmm.
this is my beloved son, hear ye him. So this thing's just rich.
Oh, yeah. What's really sad is that most of the time when we talk about Jesus having come to fulfill the law, not to abolish the law, we use it to speak of doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
And we use it. I think a lot of times we speak of it wrongly.
I'd agree.
We use it as a way to pull in the Old Testament commandments. And that's not to say that the Old Testament commandments are not good, because they are. There's a lot of richness and fullness in the commands of the Old Testament. When we look at Jesus being the fulfillment of the Old Testament, and that he did not abolish the law, that's not to say that we have the law and grace now, which a lot of people preach. What he's really saying is, I'm the embodiment of the law. All that the law speaks of in the Old Testament, here I am. It is here right now, standing in front of you. I heard somebody explain it one time, and to me, it was a visual that I could really understand. But he used the idea of a driver's license. He said, before you turn 21, you have a driver's license, and it says under 21 on it, and there's things that you can and can't do because you're under 21. In a lot of states, you're actually subject to a curfew. There's especially if you're driving on a permit instead of a full driver's license, you have to have an adult in the car with you, things of that and so forth. So, but when you get that full driver's license, or you turn 21, you get a different driver's license. The information on the license is not different. It's still you. It's still the same person, same date of birth. It's all
Mm-hmm.
those same particulars, but new things have opened up to you now. And everything that pertained to you in the past has now been fulfilled. You're not bound by those things now. And to me, that was a good reference. That's something I could really grasp a hold of, because I'm more visually minded. But too many times we want to drag the law into grace with us, and really, and we're using here we are using Psalm 50 to really do this. Now, I love what you're doing here. Really, what we need to do is look, seek, and find where all the places where Jesus is in the law, and in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's about.
Yeah.